Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We're out here, we're in nature. Breathing in that beautiful prana, baby. How to get out of your head. Someone wrote in asking, how can they get out of their head, right? They're thinking a thought from the past, which is troubling them. They're worried about it. And let's face it, a lot of us, we get stuck upstairs. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Look at it like this. Some people drink to get out of their head. Some people smoke to get out of their head. Some people dance like this to get out of their head, right? We do a lot of things to get out of our head. What is that telling us? Right? Are we really supposed to be living upstairs in our head all the time, which so many of us do? Right? Let me share with you what helped me along my journey. You see, reality, when your reality is so bad that you can't deal with it, you want to forget it, right? You're going to do everything you can to stop thinking about it. You say, I don't want to think these thoughts about my past. I want to get out of my head. That is why you get stuck in your head. It happens like that. When you really want to get out of your head, you get stuck there. You do things that will help you get out of your mind, but you can't because it creates so much resistance. Resistance makes stronger. So what helped me along my journey was saying, look, all those bad thoughts I've had and I still have, they're not bad. All those good thoughts I have, they're not good. They're just thoughts. They're just clouds passing through. And if I let them pass, they're going to pass away. And I'm not going to be in a tug of war with my mind, right? A lot of us, we live upstairs. We're overthinking because we're worried. We're worried because we're fearful. I say, let love guide you, not fear. You can't do that, can you? Neither could I. Because you see, we surround ourselves in fear 24/7. If you can't get out of your head, you got to ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid of the life I'm living right now? Right? Because we're trying to get to the future. You're probably working somewhere right now. And if you go to your job every single day, as soon as you arrive in there, you check the time and say, oh my goodness, I got another 8 hours of this. Then that's why you're stuck in your head. But if you say, actually, I love what I'm doing, you now immerse yourself into the experience, which is the whole secret of getting out of your head, right? Because you see, a lot of us, we're in our heads, in our minds, because we have created a lot of boundaries, a whole lot of borders, and we are afraid of each other because of our identity. You see, our identity is what creates this separation. Your nationality, who you're voting for. Oh, I'm voting for this person. I don't vote, by the way, right? I'm this color. You're that color. I'm from this country. You're from that country. So the mind shapes up an identity for who you think you are, which is not who you really are. That's why behind closed doors, what happens? The real side of you comes out. You're dancing like that. You're smoking. You're drinking. But once you go to work, you're a whole nother person. You're stuck in your mind because you haven't allowed yourself to express who you really are. Let me repeat that. You are stuck in your mind because you haven't allowed yourself to express who you really are. What helped me along my journey was realizing that I have to really do what I came here to do, right? all the time, not just on a Sunday, right? A lot of people say, yeah, I'm making my life more harmonious. I say, okay, that's great. How are you doing that? Well, they say, after a 12-hour day, I take a 3-minute walk on the beach, right? That ain't gonna do it. Because you see, meditation, which is one of the greatest ways to get out of your mind, what I call total body awareness, is a lifestyle. It's not something you just do on a Tuesday at 5 a.m. and then finish at 5:05. Goodness gracious, right? We got to become more playful. You can't get out of your mind because you take yourself so seriously. And sometimes I do, right? I say, I'm a psychologist, I'm a criminologist. No, I'm not. But I just say that because once again, you got to learn how to play the human game. But beneath all of that, I am an infinite being, right? So you've got to realize it's okay to be in your head sometimes, but you got to know when to let it go. Why don't we want to be in our head all the time? Because we know it's a trap. Subconsciously, we know we can't go anywhere if we're there too long. A lot of people have headaches due to overthinking. What really helped me is what I call total body awareness. That is when you are getting high on that good ass prana, breathing deep from the base of your spine, right? Listening, tuning into all your senses. You see, the reason why it's hard for a lot of us to get out of our head is because we're not around the right people. We are around people with whom we can't be ourselves. So we're trying to show a character to the world, but it's not really who we are. So to get out of your head, baby, you got to be around people who accept you for your rugged, dusty self. Now you're beautiful, right? They're not going to judge you for who you are. But you see, a lot of us, we can't do that because who we work with, they remind us who we're not. And we believe them, right? Until we make the decision to give ourselves what we know we're worthy of. I realized a long time ago that, you see, many of us can't get out of our head because we lack intimacy with ourselves. So what's helped me move out of my head is to become more intimate with myself, but also with other people, right? You need a community right now. You need a village. You need a whole army of people who are going to scratch your back, and you're going to scratch theirs, and you're going to reveal things about yourself you've never revealed before, and they're going to do the same. And it's going to make you really vulnerable. You're going to be really vulnerable, really uncomfortable. It's going to help you move out of your identity. It's going to break you down. It's going to break you down to the point of where you can't hide anymore. You see, the secret to stop overthinking is to let go of who you think you are. Right? A wise man once said, relaxation is what you are, stress is what you think you should be. And I've seen it. That's the whole story of my life. Sometimes I thought I should be that. I thought I should be this. And I was stuck in my mind. Sports do wonders. It does wonders, right? To help you develop total body awareness. Ever been dancing for so long that you even forget where you are? Drum circles are great, right? I always go to the drum circle a lot of the times, and it's fantastic here in California. And you really move out of your mind, out of your head. Why? Because you are now tuning into the senses. You're hearing the beat of the drums, right? It's locking you into the present moment. Ever been sitting in a car stuck in traffic? Your mind just wonders what happened last Thursday and you're like, oh my goodness gracious. It's a domino effect, because once you start thinking one thought that's not serving you, you get another one, and then another one, and then another one. And you're like, how can we stop that? You don't stop it by saying, I want to stop it. You stop it by letting it flow. Let it come. Let the thought face that thought. Say, I'm not afraid of you. I surrender to you. But if you say, I don't want you, it's going to knock on the door. At the worst moment, when you're making love, you're like, why did I think that? Well, because you didn't want to think it. Want to think it. That is how to get out of your mind. Say, thoughts come. Bring it on. You got to be a bit crazy to get out of your head. Right? Because society molds us into a robot, an automaton, which is okay because we got to start taking responsibility. But you got to start what I call owning your weirdness, right? You got to start losing the fear of being called crazy. Ever been to a carnival where some people are dancing, you're just watching like, huh? Really? And you're like, I want to do that, but I'm afraid. You see, the mind always will keep you a prisoner until you take that leap of faith, until you just do it. A lot of us, we can't get out of our head because we are trying to please people. We are trying to make everybody feel comfortable but ourselves. So what really helped me and how I got out of my head a lot of the times was realizing, be yourself unapologetically. Be yourself unapologetically, right? Because look, you aren't here to be everybody's savior. No, that would be too boring. You're only here to do whatever you came here to do. That might be to pick your nose. We won't do it right now, right? It might be to go like that, and that's okay. But you got to own it without being afraid. A lot of us, we're worried because we think we can change the past by worrying about it. Worrying doesn't change anything except nothing, right? It doesn't change anything except making yourself feel worse. That's the only thing worry does. And it will change you. It will make you feel even worse. But we still do it. Why do we worry? Because it gives us something to do. Because in the present moment, we're not doing anything that is soul quenching. Right? I love skating. And sometimes if I've got a lot of problems, I just skate. When I'm skating, there's no problems. Then I stop skating and then they come back. But while I'm skating, once I'm tuned into the present moment, life is fantastic. So we've got to ask ourselves, what are we doing right now that is taking away our present? And the present is really the gift. Sometimes it could be a person, might have done something to you, maybe a family member. Those are usually the culprits, right? If you've got a heavy heart, you're going to be stuck in your head. Travel lightly. That's what I do. I learn from the butterfly every single day. That's why I'm full of energy. I'm smiling. Life is great. But also, I'm not always like that. Sometimes I'm just mellowed out, right? I'm really chill like this. And that surrendering helps me, like the great psychologist Fritz Perls said, lose my mind and come to my senses. When you try too hard, you get stuck in the mind. When you are a perfectionist, some people say, Ralph, yeah, I want to start making videos. You told me that like a year ago. I know, Ralph, but I'm still trying to get the right camera. You told me that like 2 years ago. I know, Ralph, but I'm just not ready yet. I want to get it perfect. That's why you're stuck in the head, because of perfection. Perfectionism is the greatest curse. Just do it. You've got nothing to lose. That has helped me get out of my mind because, once again, in 200 years, everybody is out of here. You came here on planet Earth to have a wild time, to dance, play, and eat strawberries, right? Because strawberries are full of vitamin C and stuff, right? Not to start sweating over, like, gosh, this thought is bugging me down. But you see, only you put yourself in that predicament. But you can change all of that when you realize, ask yourself, did I come here for that? Did I really come here to stress out? Life is short enough, you better live it up. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That's what we're doing. Beautiful day here in California. Have a beautiful day yourself. We're out here. Enjoy your life. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.